What is up, guys? It's your boy Joseph Hugo here, the Hugo Core Anime Podcast, and this is my co-host.
It's your boy Flu.
Hey, welcome back to another episode. We just got done watching the Jujutsu Kaisen movie, and at theaters, we went to the Marcus theaters. That was good. In the relaxing recliner seats with the heating and cooling, and the
seat back with the heaters on, bro.
Seat back with the heaters on, bro. And yeah, it was the chick at the.
She tried to kill you.
She tried to drown me out. I asked for extra butter on the popcorn. Anybody that knows me knows I always get extra butter on the popcorn. Asked for extra butter on the popcorn, bro, and she was like, she just had her finger down on the thing.
At least a minute.
And I'm like,
full minute.
I'm like, it's good, and she's still going, and I'm like, perfect, and she's
perfect,
like, nah, it'll be done when I say it's done, and I'm like, please stop. It's good. It's good, and she's like. She looked at me. She said, took her finger off of it, switched it around a little bit, put some more popcorn on it, a little bit more popcorn on it. She said,
and you're gonna have some more.
And I'm like, oh god. Oh, no.
My boy has a pool of butter at the bottom of his popcorn bucket.
My popcorn's like, I'm drowning, help. I was like, Jesus.
It's soggiest popcorn you'll ever eat.
I was like, it's not, but it's just like, dude, I don't even know. That's just gonna kill me.
It's gonna catch up to you quick, but
it probably, yeah.
But that movie though,
that's why I didn't eat it all the time. Yeah, the movie. So, bro, Jujutsu Kaisen movie was a banger, dude.
I was so surprised. Yeah, I was like, I wasn't expecting them to tell the story that they told.
Okay. Go
and
ahead.
I went into it knowing, like, I didn't watch any trailers. I didn't do anything. I just watched the first season, and I was, like, speculating on what I thought could happen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so happy with what they did.
Oh, for sure.
I'm so happy. We got to see so much more of who we've already seen, but but they were the main characters.
Yeah, so this one followed...
it's the second years of Jujutsu High, as their first years, though. First years.
Yeah. So you remember the second years, Maki,
Panda,
and Toge. That's right. We finally figured out how to pronounce his name
finally.
From Toge. So they're like basically first years at around this period of time, right? And then they find out they get a new classmate, which is
Okatsu.
Yuto Okatsu. And he comes and he has like a unique ability with, this is all spoilers by the way, so it is what it is.
Mega spoiler. I mean, we're talking about the movie.
Talking about the movie. So he's got a cursed ability. We're not gonna talk about that till the end, but he's got a cursed ability.
We gotta be honest. We don't exactly know what it is because they do explain it.
They explain it for what we think it is.
And
then at the end, they're like, oh, well, that's what it really does. And I'm like,
oh, so that's how it works.
Okay, so, all right.
They kind of leave you.
So I'm like, so what does that mean then?
They kind of leave you. I gotta watch out. I'm almost knocking shit over again. Yeah. They kind of leave you. I won't call it a cliffhanger because that's not exactly what it is. But they do leave a lot of questions unanswered.
I agree.
And not necessarily in a bad way.
Yeah.
As somebody who's very skeptical and usually negative about a lot of things,
yeah.
I only really found maybe one or two negatives in the movie. Mm-hmm. Other than that, dude, oh my god.
All right, so let's talk about it.
Oh my god.
Fight scenes are off the fucking chain in this.
It's insane.
The fight scenes are sick. The animation, the animation is godlike, bro. I was like, wow, that's like they get right into it, dude, and the animation is godlike.
It starts off hot.
It does
start off pretty hot.
Yeah, it starts off hot.
And I mean, this is why we got to support anime movies.
We got to support anime movies.
The more we support them, the more we get them.
We got to support anime movies.
They always step it up in the movies.
I agree.
They always do.
I agree. The animation was godlike. It
was
definitely Demon Slayer level animation.
And that's what it reminds you of, which is, when we talk about, if it was good or not.
Yeah,
that's
if
one
you guys
thing I brought out.
If you guys haven't seen that episode yet, you should be watching Is Jujutsu Kaisen Good episode before you watch this.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But as we were talking about in there, they take a lot of things from popular anime. And I feel like the fight scenes with like the fire coming around, the swords and stuff like that, very Demon Slayer-esque, but a very different animation style.
I agree.
And it's a great one.
I agree.
It's a great one.
It is.
However.
Hold on. Let me get into
Get into it,
let me get into some of the positives.
Get into it, bro.
Some of the positives, dude. I like that we have to see Gojo and as like younger years.
Not that it's a year. It's literally like a year back. Because they're first years and now they're second years.
Yeah,
right?
so probably like a year back. And so
maybe a little over.
You can tell like he's still his same like laughy, jokey guy, But you can also tell like he was a little bit darker and a little bit more serious.
Yeah.
Than what they allude to in the episodes, right?
Right.
And I liked that. Like I liked that he threw them like how he threw them in and he kind of count. You could so those are like his first. So what we didn't know in the episodes was that Maki, Panda, and Toge were actually his first set of students.
His first set. Yeah.
His first set of students, and they explain that in the movie. They're his first set of students. So then when Okatsu comes through and adds to that thing, that's like his first 4 set of students. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So like Gojo is training them specifically. Like they were at the school. He was at the school with them.
Here's the thing.
He was teaching them.
He knows exactly what he's training them for too.
Yeah, he does.
He does. And not only that, but like
because the series makes it seem like it's kind of random.
Yeah.
Like what he's doing is random, but no, this man is very. He's very on point. He knows
a thing or two because he's seen a thing or two. Exactly.
He knows exactly what he's doing.
So let's get into this real quick.
Yeah.
Gojo and Geto.
Yeah.
Right? So they were friends, they were classmates.
Yeah.
They went through Jujutsu High together. Geto's the main villain.
I was gonna say if they don't know his name, explain.
Geto's the main villain.
So describe what he looks like. He's the guy that
he's the guy that lost his arm. He's the guy that is always smiling and who was in the first season. He's the one walking through the doorway with the patchwork guy.
Yeah, he's the guy working with the curses.
Jogo.
He's the
guy working with the curses.
He's the guy working with the curses.
But he's a human who's a curse user.
Yeah, he's a Jujutsu
sorcerer.
So he's a Jujutsu sorcerer.
He's a sorcerer.
Right, and you don't find that out in the series. You only find that out in the movie.
And I like that. And you were right when we talked about it in the pod. You were like, I think they're going to go back a little bit and tell a little bit more story, which I liked it. I didn't expect that just because the way they left off the first season and how much time has passed since the first season came out. I thought they might continue on to there, try and get themselves a second season and everything like that.
Right.
Which I think they already have a second season. I don't think they have a release date scheduled yet, but
yeah.
Either way, dude, it's the chemistry that Jujutsu Kaisen displays between all the characters, not just the heroes, but the villains too.
That's my favorite thing about it, and
it's so good.
It is though, and that's when you watch the previous, if you've seen the previous episode before this episode, you know what we're talking about. But that's one of the things that makes Jujutsu Kaisen really good is the chemistry between the characters, the relationships formed between the characters.
Yep.
And you could definitely see that come into this case in this movie where they start accepting him, and like him and Maki start having this thing kind of
a little bit of chemistry, a little bit of
chemistry back and forth. Panda kind of explains everybody's problems and how everybody came to be type of thing. He explained Toge, which was great because I didn't even.
We got to see so much more of him too in this movie, which was a lot more of him. Epic. It was so fun because
I still think he's more your style type of.
He is, but
type of sorcerer. But
we also find out that he's from like a long line of cursed speech users.
Yeah, like almost extinct descendant users. So cursed speech is like super rare.
Yeah.
And then they explained that too in the movie. They talked about how many curse techniques there were. And it was like fucking insane. It's like a whole wall or some shit. It's curse techniques. It's a
insane.
Lot.
It is insane.
It's a lot. It's cool.
And I don't know how they're going to cover it all either.
Yeah, I don't know.
But they're probably going to eventually. They do at least in the manga, which we don't really have time to read those, so we just focus on the anime.
So you guys remember in the episodes where they talk about Toto beat all of these, like he's a guy.
The Demon War,
right? They're talking about this movie.
They're talking exactly. That's exactly what this is about.
They're talking about this movie. So like in the movie, you get to see Toto and you see the shit he's fighting against, and then you're like, okay, that's why they said he's like so strong because the shit that he's fighting.
We get to see all this. Well, they're technically first years at the Kyoto now.
Yes.
So we get to see them too briefly, but still they're in there.
Yep.
Although it is following a little bit more Jujutsu High and all that. So
they're still working as a squad.
Everything like that.
Yeah.
They still have their chemistry and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
We get to see Hanami. We get to see a lot of people that we saw in the first season,
and we got to see some other sorcerers.
We did. So there's
in the war, we get to see a whole series of sorcerers, including the guy that was with the guy that does the time that cuts along the line.
Nanami.
Yeah, Nanami.
Nanami.
So
Nanami.
Nanami. Yeah, the Nanami is remember the guy is like, I'll recommend you in the series.
Yeah.
As like, I'll recommend you for the next upgrade if you do this. He's like, oh shit, for real. That guy was in there, so it kind of like shows how they got to introduce to each other because he's kind of a fan of Nanami. You can tell,
yeah,
like he's a fan of him. So, dude, that was sick, dude. The animation was dope. Satori, I mean, instantly showed his power. They actually explained his power too.
They do.
So they said that his eyes is what gives him to do it. He does cursed eyes is how his ability works, and he's able to inflict and do curses on a molecular level,
atomic level,
an atomic level,
on
an atomic level,
which is
so yeah, that's kind of busted.
It's kind of busted.
So that's how he's so OP. That's why he covers his eyes and stuff like that. So they were able to explain it. That was really, really cool.
It was. We didn't see any domain expansion. That's the one thing I wish we had seen in this movie.
Yeah.
That's the one thing. That's one of my negatives. But
yeah.
They told the story so well that it didn't fit into the story to even be there. So
I agree.
Oh my God, though.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you can sense the energy from us because we watched it like, dude, I can't wait to go back and go talk about this. Some things I didn't like. So some things I didn't like is, once again, like from the previous episode where we're talking about it, is the villains, man. The villains I just feel like the villains have no purpose. So in this movie,
they try to explain it.
They don't have a goal.
They try to explain it, but it's just so ridiculous and doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, the goals.
It just doesn't.
The goals of the villains are just bad.
At least yet.
Yeah.
Yet.
You want? I'll let you dive into it first.
Because all right, they bring up a lot of points. Ghetto does, at least. Mm-hmm. About how he doesn't like humans. He calls them monkeys all the time and stuff like that. He's got
racism.
Exactly. Well, he thinks of them as less evolved, which is why he calls them monkeys, because that's true.
Right. He's got that Frieza racism.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Like, copy pasted villains is kind of what it feels like. Yeah. And I mean, you see that a little bit in season 1, mm-hmm. but it definitely shows in this movie. Unfortunately,
I agree.
He says a lot of things, and I can't remember them off the top of my head, but he says a lot of things that just aren't real, don't make sense in the story.
His whole motto thing is that the strong should not have to protect the weak.
Yeah, he just wants jujutsu sorcerers in the world.
He wants jujutsu sorcerers in the world only, and no, like, regular people.
Yeah, which I don't understand why he's working with curses and all this other stuff.
The thing about it is there wouldn't be curses if there was only jujutsu sorcerers.
Because that's their purpose.
People create curses, so that's why it's like.
Well, no. We see that not just people can cause curses, because what does Yuta do? What does Okatsu do, Joe?
Oh yeah, he made his childhood friend into a
curse.
Not
just his childhood friend, but little girlfriend.
I'd say so. Yeah. little girlfriend.
I will say that was kind of, I wasn't expecting that at all. Yeah. Like, it's a complete opposite of Itadori, Yuji. Yeah, basically. For sure. Which I wonder how that's going to play out when those two meet and all that.
I want to see them meet because it'll be very interesting.
One thing they don't cover in this movie that I am so curious about, mm-hmm. why is Okatsu not there when Itadori comes back? They say he's overseas on a mission, but he's there for a long time, Joe. Yeah, a lot of time passes in season 1.
Itadori was there for
months,
like 6 months or something, right?
Months. And Okatsu's been gone this entire time.
Yeah,
they don't explain it in the movie at all. It just kind of ends at the end.
That's true.
Not in like a cliffhanger-y way. Yeah, like they complete the story and everything.
Him and the squad just walk.
Yeah, it's just they're recapping everything that has happened, essentially. Basically, and then, so I just don't know how they're gonna bring him back, how that dynamic's gonna go, everything like that, because he's technically now gonna be a second or a he's a second year with Maki and Panda and Toge, but I'm very curious how his powers are gonna work now. Because in the movie, at the end, when he gets rid of his Rika curse, who's apparently the Queen of Curses?
Well, what's his name was calling her the Queen of Curses, but that's not true.
It can't be true.
No, he is the queen. He is like the King of Curses.
That'd be what it is, I guess. Yeah. We've got the God of Curses in Sukuna, and then I guess the King, or I guess you could call it Queen, I guess.
Yeah.
Of Curses in Yuta, but I don't understand how his power will escalate from here, because he's still apparently OP.
Well, he was banging with the katana. Maki's training with him made him fucking good with the katana. That's true.
His speed and everything
he was banging with him with the katana.
But so what we see in his powers is he can we believe
he basically cursed the katana.
He cursed the ring. He cursed the ring that
he cursed the ring and then used the ring's curse energy to put in the katana.
Right. So now the curse is technically in the katana, or parts of it.
He's using the katana.
as a cursed weapon.
As a cursed weapon. He's putting his curse energy into the katana to use it.
That makes more sense. Okay.
And when you're trained by Maki, I mean, Maki's a fucking beast. So.
Animal, dude.
Animal.
You see her do some...
Dude, she does amazing stuff, dude. Dude, she's almost bae, dude.
She's pretty good.
She's pretty good. She's pretty sexy in this movie, too.
You were talking about, you were talking about Momo in the last episode possibly being bae.
The last one, but no, man, I was wrong.
I mean, you give Maki screen time, she's gonna shine. That's just how it is.
That's true.
That's just how it is.
That is true, for sure.
I really liked that we got to see a whole new aspect of characters that we had already seen.
And Panda.
Like everything. Like Toge, Panda, all that. Another question I had, though. What? They thought Geto was dead, right?
Yeah.
That means Satoru
reported that he killed him, basically.
Yes. Why would he not kill him?
He said he was his best friend.
It doesn't matter. It does. Like, how does that matter? That's a massive plot hole in my eyes.
He was his best friend. But
here's
a plot hole.
Enrica was
you want to hear a plot? You want a plot hole?
I do.
You want a plot hole? In the movie, Satoru said, "I can sense this curse energy. It's this guy."
Yes.
Okay.
Where was that sense?
Where is that in
the end? Or in season 1?
Season 1.
You know he's there.
Right.
You would have sensed him off of
his curse energy.
You would have sensed him off Jogo. You would have sensed him off any of the other guys that he was after.
Yeah, and you're trying to tell me you haven't... Yeah, hold up, man. I was like,
I don't want to say
super plot.
Like, because we know Satoru's like what his goals are and everything like that. Like, you know he's protecting people. Well, he's got an interesting way of teaching. We'll put it that way.
I agree with that.
But his goal is to protect people and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Yet he let the one person trying to end the world live. I just don't see it. I can't see that. That doesn't make sense.
It's one of those types of things, man, where like no matter what, like you'll have a soft spot for like a friend, you know.
Not when they're trying to end the world, Joe. I'm sorry, but if it came to it, bro, if you turn on me, Joe.
If I decide I want to end the world, man.
If you decide to make some bad decisions, Joe,
Hey, what about Thanos, bro? I mean,
hey, he was right. Listen.
Hey, maybe. Maybe. You know, every day we question things. We're a channel full of opinions. I don't care what yours is.
We are more opinionated than you.
So I don't care.
Either way, dude, the movie was so good.
The movie was great.
It was so good, dude.
It was great. I would give it I'm going 8. I'm going to go give the movie a 9 out of 10. Negatives towards the movie that kept it from a 10 was kind of Gojo leaving him alive. Kind of
just villains and
the villains just being bad. Like
sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but another thing with the villains, we only really see Geto as like the villain. Do you know what I mean? It's just Geto, and then he has some other side pieces that like
he rescued throughout this.
Yeah, they're just not even like
relevant.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're there just to slow down Satoru, which again I don't understand how.
He was piecing that dude up.
He was piecing that dude up.
He was IP manning him, dude. That man was giving him straight hands.
Say, "Oh, you want to see hands?"
That man says, "Yeah, the straight hands, bro."
I just don't. I don't like their villain development. I don't like their villain stories. I don't like their villain.
And because of that, for me, it's 9 out of 10.
I go 8 just because of the villains.
8 because of villains.
I'm going 8 because of villains, but everything else was just. I don't use the word perfect. I just don't. Mm-hmm. That was as close to perfect as I think I'm going to see in like a storytelling aspect, dude.
Yeah, for Jujutsu.
A character building aspect, everything like that for Jujutsu Kaisen, dude.
For Jujutsu, yeah.
So good.
I'd say it's a pretty close to perfect movie.
Pretty
for
close.
Jujutsu.
I will say, I was expecting to see. Well, no, because they're not even in it yet. I was hoping to see a little bit more backstory on like Fushi, the other first years with Itadori.
Yeah, they're not even in there.
They're not even in it.
No, they're not even in it.
I mean, that's not even bad. That's not a negative or anything because it's not about them.
Right.
It ain't about them. Yeah. This ain't about them.
Right.
But, dude, for a story that just, like, recapping the Demon War, all of that stuff, like, what happened. Yeah. Why they thought Geto was dead. Mm-hmm. Which, that's another thing that bothers me. If they think he's dead, that means Satoru thinks he's dead.
No, he knows he's alive. He spared him. But
that's a plot hole, Joe.
He's acting like he don't. I mean, look at the secrets he keeps, though. He keeps secrets.
I don't think he does keep secrets.
The movie kind of proved that he does keep alternate motives and he keeps secrets.
But he's also doing it for the betterment of his students.
I think, like he said in the episodes, he's trying to build a jujutsu.
He trusted
army.
Geto not to kill his students.
Yeah.
because they were Jujutsu sorcerers and stuff like
Young sorcerers.
Young sorcerers.
And it'd be against his little motto thing that he's trying to make up.
But he's trying to kill everybody else. So why the fuck would you leave him alive?
I don't know, bro.
I don't
know. I'm with you. I'm a believer of removing the problem, not letting the problem live to cause more problems later on.
If I see a problem, it's over immediately, dude. I just can't.
I'm with you. I'm the guy that solves the problem, so we don't have to worry about the problem later on.
But like
I'm with you.
If I have that little negatives to say about a movie,
that's a lot.
Puts it up there for me.
That does put it up there.
Puts it up there for me, dude.
That's true. So you give it an 8 out of 10.
I'm giving it an 8 out of 10.
Okay, and I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. And I think that's just where we're gonna leave it.
That's
definitely
good.
go and check it out in theaters. Support your anime movies in the theater, so we can keep having more.
Worth it.
It was worth it.
Would you recommend watching the movie if you haven't seen the series? Would you recommend watching the movie before watching the series?
Honestly, the way this kind of takes place, I would say it's probably okay to watch the movie and then watch the series.
I feel like if you're struggling to get into the series, the movie will help you out.
Yeah, I'd say watch the movie and then watch the series.
Because
you're gonna see those people and be like, oh, there they are. You know what I'm saying?
You know who they are,
and when you see, you'll
have more backstory on the guys that aren't covered as much in the set. I would recommend watching the movie first.
Yeah, I would recommend watching the movie first.
Because then you know who Okatsu is. You know who all these people that they're talking about in the season.
Maybe that's why it's called Jujutsu Kaisen 0. Because maybe like episode 0 and then 1 and then whatever. I'm very curious where they're gonna go with season 2. You will see some Jujutsu Kaisen figures maybe up here at some point. Maybe.
I need a Panda Chan.
If I can find some good. Yeah, I'm gonna get a Panda or a Maki.
I know you need a Maki. I need a Panda Chan, bro.
I need a Panda Chan. ASAP Rocky, bro. So she's. Whew, got a thing.
She's close. She's close to Bay. She might be. Give her a next season, dude. Next season.
That's something about her, man. Something about a chick that wields weapons, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And it's confident, arrogant, bro. She got the stockings too. She meets all the waifu material, bro.
She has different glasses in this.
I know. I like the round glasses.
I did like the round glasses.
I didn't mind them.
Not at all.
Yeah, I like that.
But
so yeah,
that was a pretty good movie, Joe.
I think so.
Pretty good movie.
Go watch it, guys. Go check it out. Thank you guys for tuning into the podcast again for this episode. As more movies come out, we'll be doing this again. Shield Hero is new season's gonna be starting. Overlord. We have a couple of more anime series we're gonna cover before those come out.
Yep.
And we're gonna be doing some more episodes and discussions on those as well. So keep an eye out for that on YouTube. If you're not following or liking or subscribing, please do so now. Or like and subscribe.
Let us know what you thought of the movie.
Yeah, let us
anything
know
that we might have missed.
See the movie. Come back and put your comment on the video so we can see what you guys thought about the movie too.
Yep.
And see if we thought exactly what we were thinking. So,
all right.
Thank you guys for watching. Peace.